Subway safety is at the top of mind for many New Yorkers recently. The numbers showing crime underground has ticked up so far this year versus last year. Murders in the subway system up 1 over the same time period last year. But last month, the NYPD says subway crime was on the decline. And last week, Mayor Adams and NYPD Chief of Transit Michael Kemper unveiled plans to test higher tech safety solutions like weapons scanners.
Joining us in studio to dig into the subject of subway safety, Chief Kemper, thank you for being with us. Before we get into all of this, our condolences, all of us.
Thank you very much.
On the passing of Detective Diller. So sorry to hear about that. We respect so much what you do.
Yeah.
If you were to give a wish list of what you need to do your job better, to get people out of the subway system who need help, who are mentally ill, who are not able to take care of themselves, who do things that are not right and hurt people, what would you say? What do you need?
Right off the top of my head, I'll think of two things. We need a justice system that sets consequences after we make arrests. I mean, just look at this year already. We've made almost 5,000 arrests in the subway system. Last year in 2023, 13,600 arrests. 124 of those people that were arrested last year alone have a combined total of 7,500 lifetime arrests. At some point, there needs to be consequences. We're making these arrests, and we're arresting the same people over and over and over again.
Now, how often are you guys in communication? Your office, the department, the district attorney's office, how often does each player speak to each other?
We talk to the district attorney's office all the time. This isn't just on the district attorneys.
Sure.
This is on judges also. You'd be surprised how many judges are releasing people against the wishes and requests of the prosecutors. And not for nothing, judges could they could overrule the prosecutor also. And let's not forget the lawmakers that are setting these laws, state legislatures, assembly members, state senators, city council. You know, these are laws that are in place for a reason. There must be consequences. And without consequences, how are you deterring people from doing these crimes?
So it's mentally ill and criminals.
Well, mentally ill and criminals is twofold. And, you know, on the mentally ill topic, yeah, to your point, if I had a wish list, more beds. More beds to house the mentally ill that are...
To help them.
Well, to help them, yeah, but, you know, people call it a complex topic, and it is in many ways, but it's not in many ways either. This is about helping people that are mentally ill, and this is also about protecting New Yorkers that just want to go about their lives. You know, if a mentally ill person is a threat to themselves or others and they're acting erratically, then why aren't they in a hospital being treated by professionals in a safe environment, taking medicine, being treated, and only released when a doctor determines him or her safe to go out in public?
So to the end of New Yorkers protecting themselves, last week I was on a subway. There was a obviously a mentally disturbed man who started barking at me, growling at me. You know, there was plenty of space on the subway. I get up, I moved, he followed me. Luckily, another man stepped in. He asked me if I was okay. He stepped between that man and myself. But that doesn't always happen. A lot of people feel like they don't want to get involved. I was terrified. I was really grateful for that man that helped me. How do we de-escalate the situation? Until your wish list is granted, how do New Yorkers make sure that they stay safe even when they are doing everything they can?
Yes. So to that scenario happens far too often.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people on trains. You know, it's so different walking around the street than on a train. You know, you're on a train, the doors are closed, you're in an enclosed environment. Someone walks in, they're acting erratic. It's the unknown. What is this person going to do? Who is this person? And is my safety in jeopardy? That's the type of person I'm talking about. There's got to be better options for us. But my advice would be to, you know, be aware of your surroundings. And another tip, if you're going to be on a train, try and take that middle train with the conductor or the front train with the motorman.
But a lot of people aren't speaking up. To Danny's point, people aren't speaking up because they don't know if they have weapons or not. They don't know if they have guns. They don't know if they have knives.
Or if they'll be the ones arrested for doing something.
If they're going to get hurt by someone. But the new technology you guys are mentioning hopefully can help bring guns down in our systems?
Yeah, so we announced last week a new piece of technology. And look, the NYPD takes great pride in exploring technology all the time. This technology that we're talking about is a weapons detection system that we're going to pilot. And it's all about identifying people trying to enter the subway system with weapons and keeping the subway system even safer.
Right, but that doesn't keep people from pushing somebody on the tracks, you know?
Well, you know,
that's invisible.
it doesn't. That's why we touch on the mentally ill
Yes, sir.
portion of it, and that's why we touch on the investment of cops. 1,000 additional cops over the last 2 months. And listen, one crime is one crime too many, but it's important that you and your viewers know. Overall crime in March was down over 20%. So the investment that we've made is working.
It's moving it.
Are we perfect? No. But is our posture going to remain and is our presence going to remain? Yes, but we say this all the time. We can't do this alone.
Right.
There needs to be people in the criminal justice system aligned with what we're trying to accomplish in order to make this even a safer environment for our riders.
Well, I've appreciated seeing the officers, so thank you for what you guys do. It makes me feel safer.
Yeah, me too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.